Yeah, we have snow here.
That's crazy. I swear our weather is
It's like 40 degrees.
I woke up and it was like 61 here. I'm like, what? I thought I was laying out today, but then it got warm enough for me to lay out. So I was good. I was happy. All right, let me start the call here. Welcome to our Get Fit Crew team meeting, our chat session as I sit here in my car at the soccer field before Kayla's game. But I wanted to talk today about Facebook and do like a little Facebook training on some of the new things that I've noticed with Facebook, the do's and the don'ts and things like that. Hi, Nicole. So how are you? I saw your face for a second. So let's talk Facebook land. So what I'm finding with, back before we were saying like, try to post like a quote or something without a picture. Well, I'm finding now that you need to use the, you know how you could swipe up and you could pick your background of like whatever word you might want to do. I'm finding that when you utilize that and you utilize Facebook Live, those are the two things that will help boost and push all your other posts as well. Like what Facebook does is people that go live more and people that use those backgrounds most, those are the ones that they tend to show more on everyone else's news feeds. So make sure you utilize those backgrounds. Christina's taking a breather. Make sure make sure you're utilizing live as well. You can go live honestly with anything. I go live with the topic each day, and a lot of times I get asked by the team, how do you think of stuff to talk about? And I do this on my like page because I'm trying to grow my like page. And I take it from my personal development. I'll read in the morning when I'm drinking my shake. And I'll keep that part of the book open so I can go back to it and refresh myself, to go live or whatnot. Like right now I'm reading Find Your Happiness, and it gives a daily mantra each day. So I go live and talk about that specific day, and do a daily mantra with the people that are following me on my like page. But you can go live with anything. You can go live when you're cooking. You can go live when you're at like your kids' field, and if you happen to be answering messages and doing a little beach body work while you're live, you could talk about how you're multitasking and getting it done. But you always want to make sure that you're kind of going live with some things that are somewhat business oriented so people can see what it actually is that we do, and things like that. Hey girl. So let's see what else I wanted to tell you guys about Facebook. Utilize the backgrounds. And Facebook is constantly changing. Like we max out at 5,000 friends. So make sure you're really only adding the people that you want to add. Don't just add people to add them. That's what I did at the beginning. And now I'm finding myself that I have to filter them out, and I'm deleting people. So it's like I'll max out at 5,000, and then I go through and I delete some people, usually the guys, because I just accepted everyone's friend request at the beginning to just try to build. So I go in and just type random names on my friends list, and I start deleting people. So I've maxed out like 4 or 5 times already in the last few months, and I just keep clearing them out. So just make sure when you're accepting friend requests or you're friend requesting people, make sure they're people that you actually want to try to build some sort of a relationship with and talk to them about, either the business or joining your challenge group. So then that way you don't have to worry about weeding out later. Another thing with Facebook, I don't know if everybody on here knows, but there is a message folder called Other. Let me share my screen real quick because I want to show you guys this. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me go into messages here. Let me move this out of my way so I can show you. Oh, I just moved it into my way. Come on, Tanya. All right. So when you go into your messages up here, now this is what I do. When I'm going in and I'm doing my power hour, this is how I go in and I focus just on messages where I don't have the messages popping up at the bottom. Because you know how sometimes like you'll send an invite to somebody and within a couple minutes they might answer quickly and it's popping up at the bottom and you're like, oh, and then you can't focus because then you're stuck in this conversation with them because once it's opened, it's red and you want to get the conversation going. So what I do when I go in and I'm getting ready, like I've dropped Ryan off at school, I get home at 9, I make my post-workout meal, and it's go time, it's work time. I go into here, I open up messages, but then at the bottom where it says see all in Messenger, I open that up. Now I'm in work mode once it opens. Okay. I'm on the Wi-Fi in my car, so it's not that bad, but it's kind of slow. So this is how I get my work done. Now that I'm in this phase right here, even if somebody responds back to me, it's not all dinging at the bottom. I'm not getting all these pop-ups. I can focus. So what I'll do is I'll open up my Teamsy. I'll go through my Teamsy. I'll get all my work done. I'll send all my messages. Once I've sent all my messages and I've done all my invites, then I go here to this little setting thing right here. If you click it, all of this pops up. I go into unread threads. And then I scroll to the bottom and I start with the oldest ones first. And these are all the messages that I have to respond to. And then that's how I make sure that I don't have any messages that get lost. But there's also a folder on here, message requests. That's if you're not connected to somebody. Say you're not friends with somebody, but somehow, because our Facebook pages are public, or at least they should be if you're wanting to build your business, if they send you a message and you're not connected as friends, it doesn't go in your regular message folder. It goes here under message requests. So I don't have any, so it doesn't show up. But they would show up here of people that are just sending me messages that I'm not connected with. So sometimes if you're not connected with someone and you're sending them a message and they're not responding, it's probably because they don't know that they have this folder. So make sure you're checking that folder each day when you go into doing your power hour, because if you're not checking the folder, then you have no clue if somebody's messaging you, asking you information, wanting to join your group or such. So make sure that you take care of that and you have that there. Also, make sure your Facebook is set to public. If you're wanting to build this business and that's what you're focusing on, you've got to have your Facebook set to public so people can find you. You want people to find you. Trying to think of another thing that I learned, that there was something, another new thing that I learned on Facebook the other day. And everybody knows how to do the GIFs on their Facebook messages and stuff like that, right? I'm sure everybody knows how, but if not, it's right here at the bottom. Just click that and you can send any little cute GIF video. I love sending those.
I don't see the settings thing on mine.
Are you on your laptop?
I'm on my phone because I have the call on my computer.
Okay, you can only do that on your computer.
Oh, okay.
Or like if you're on your, sometimes I can do it on my iPad on Safari. You can't be in the app. It won't work in the app. But it'll work on Safari on the iPad. It won't work on Safari on the phone for some reason, but it does on the iPad and on like the laptop or a desktop computer. The Messenger app doesn't do any of that. So a lot of times what I'll do is if I'm mobile and I'm doing all my Facebook stuff, then what I'll do is I'll come home and I'll just double check and make sure that I didn't leave any out. Stop the share real quick. And I'll go back in and check, make sure that I didn't leave any out or anything like that. So then that way I made sure I answered all of my messages. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys about Facebook. I can't think of it. Does anybody have any questions on Facebook? Like something that maybe you saw somebody do and you don't know how to do, or anything like that? Because I do want to show you guys stories too. I don't know if, I don't ever remember seeing or being able to view stories on the desktop. I think that's just the mobile app. Yeah, that's just mobile. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I don't know if you guys just saw that here. Let me share my screen one more time to show you. For FitFam, there's no team call tonight because with all the traveling and stuff like that, they're postponing the call. So, and then she just says, you know, to keep looking here for information for anything that we're going to learn, which I'll be telling you guys anyways. It'll be in our team page as well. So no FitFam calls. This is our only call for tonight. I did want to talk about stories, just like Instagram stories. Facebook stories is not as popular as Instagram stories. Not as many people will follow the Facebook stories. But what I do is I just upload whatever I put onto my Insta stories onto my Facebook to make it easier for myself. And then that way, if there are people that are scrolling, If there are people that are scrolling through, you have some content on there. But you can post stories on your like page also, which is something that I have been doing. I've been doing it for my personal page and my like page to try to get my like page some more views, because people can just see the stories and look on there and they might not be connected to my like page, and it might make them attracted to my like page and want to go over there and see what it's all about. Does everybody know how to do the stories on Facebook? Okay, let's see, because I'm opening up my app right now. And Facebook just changed their look again with the way the app looks and stuff like that. But there was one thing. I just want to do this so I can tell you. Only thing that I want to tell you guys for Facebook stories is to make sure you're clicking the location. And the location can be anything. It really doesn't have to be where you are. So like if you're wanting to branch out to the UK or to Canada to really get that area, whatever area you're trying to really get people to join your group or join your team and things like that, that's the location that you want to put. I've been putting Cooper City, Davie, Plantation. I'm trying to get a more local people so we can start doing like local meetups and things like that as a team. We were doing that for a little bit, and then the local coaches kind of fizzled out. So we kind of stopped doing meetups, you know, so I really like to start getting those meetups back up and going. And then that way when people are here visiting and traveling, you know, we can meet up with them as well. Other Facebook things. I want to go through a do's and don'ts of Facebook. I'm going to do the don'ts first. Don't put prices up on like pictures. Like if we have a sale and they can get, I don't know, the challenge pack's on sale, $20 off. I think it looks better if you're saying I have a $20 off this month, as opposed to saying this is how much the bundle is. Because just saying that you're giving $20 back, or you have a cashback offer or a discount this month, that's fine. But I think when you put like a picture together and it's showing everything they get and then the price of how much it is, I think that ends up being a little bit on the salesy side, and I don't want it to turn people away. So just make sure, like when you're making a picture for your Facebook, or you're putting together a post, make something that would catch your eye, because you have to remember you're trying to attract your tribe, which are people that are just like you. So with it wanting to attract your people, the best thing to do is to make a picture that is going to attract you. If you saw that on someone's newsfeed, would it make you stop to read what they wrote? That's what you want to do. Don't put tons of time and energy into making the pictures. Don't take away time. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, we're not all photographers taking perfect pictures or editing perfect pictures. You know, don't put too much time and effort, because I found myself doing that. I'm like, oh, this picture doesn't look good, or let me remake it, or let me make it like this. And before I knew it, an hour went by, and I was just making a picture. In that hour, I could have did all my invites, did all my follow-ups, but I took that whole time in making a picture. So that's why I'm sharing that with you guys, because I've already failed at that. I already wasted way too much time in doing all of that. So another don't, I would say, for Facebook is don't copy and paste verbatim word for word. A lot of us coaches share our posts with each other. Like if we like it, you know, we'll be like, hey, can I borrow that? But what you do is you copy it, paste it in like a Word, or paste it onto your Facebook, but then change it and make it your own. Don't speak identically how that person spoke in the post. You know, don't do it identically. And this is the reason why. Because our pages are public. So who's to say the same person, say I took one of Christina's posts and I just literally copy and pasted all the words and just put a different picture to it, or even use the same picture and all the words, didn't change it up at all, and there's somebody that was interested in joining, but then changed their mind because it made me look less authentic because they saw Christina's post and then they saw my post. And then now I'm not authentically sharing because I'm just copying and pasting from someone else. So then they're going to think my communication with them is a copy and paste. My other posts are copy and paste. So you want to make sure you're staying completely authentic to who you are. So there's nothing wrong with borrowing other people's posts. Of course, ask them first because, you know, a lot of people put a lot of thought into their posts. So always ask first. There's a handful of us that it's an ongoing, go ahead and borrow my stuff whenever you want. You don't have to ask. But make sure you always ask someone first if you've never talked to them about that. And then just make sure you change it up and make it sound like you. You know, change the words up. Change the way the words are, you know, like maybe put the bottom of the paragraph at the top, whatever you have to do to change it up, just so that way, if you have a couple of the same followers, they don't feel like you're not being authentic. Christina, you're making me want to go home and exercise more. I'm watching you do all your exercises. I'm like, I should go home and work out again. It's funny. I work out so early in the morning. Sometimes by the end of the day, I'm like, I feel like I didn't work out. Like, I don't know. I feel like it was the day before because the day feels so long. So that's another don't. But the do's are make sure that you're posting things that would attract you because that's how you're going to attract your tribe. Another do for Facebook, be completely authentic. If you're someone that drops the F-bomb a lot, it's okay. Drop it there. Just say F in capital and they know what you're talking about. Type the way you speak. That's going to make you really attract the people that you're wanting to attract. That's what's going to make you attract your niche. That's what's going to make you attract your tribe. And what I do to make sure that it's like that, because you guys can see, I write dat instead of that because I speak like that sometimes. You know, sometimes I talk a little funny. Sometimes I have typos, and that I'm known for that. If I don't have a typo, people think somebody else wrote it because I always have typos. But I will actually read my post out loud when I'm writing it. Or sometimes what I'll do is I will speak it in my phone. I'll do the dictation and I'll speak what I want to write and then I'll go through and I'll change it up or whatever. But I'll speak it so that way it's more authentic. So there are some ways that you can make sure your posts are very authentic. You know, if you find yourself posting like someone else, you know, like if you're following top coaches and you find yourself doing things just like them and it doesn't feel 100% authentic to you, unfollow that person. Because that means you're just trying to be just like that person. And that's where you're going to find that you're going to feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're going to feel like you're doing all this work and nothing's happening. Because I was there. I had to unfollow a lot of these top people because I found I was trying to like really write these really thoughtful, deep from the heart, long things because I was following Lindsay Matway and that's how she did all her posts. And I'm like, that's not me. I don't even read. Like if I saw a post that long, sometimes I don't read them unless it's like somebody that I'm super close with and I want to know what they're saying. So if that's me and I'm attracting my tribe, I should not be writing these books because my people are not reading them. So whenever I feel like I have something I really want to portray to them and I want to make sure that they can feel my emotion about it and see my eyes about it and everything else, that's when I'll go live and I'll talk about the topic. But definitely go live, definitely use the background, and just the only one thing, if you can't take anything away from this call, the one thing is authentic. Be authentic on social media. They know, and they know when you're having a bad day and you're trying to fake it too, which is weird as hell because if I'm having a bad day and I'll post something, I'll get text message, what's wrong? What are you talking about? I saw your post, something's wrong. How the hell do you know? Like I totally thought I was doing good, you know? So they will know. Trust me, they'll know. They'll know it's not authentic. They'll know. So if you're having a bad day, it's okay. You're human. Just because you are a Beachbody coach does not mean your life is perfect all of a sudden. It doesn't mean every workout is perfect all of a sudden. It doesn't mean you eat perfect all the time. It doesn't mean all of a sudden I became a coach, now I became Superwoman. It's not like that. You have to still be real and you have to still be authentic. Life is not rainbows and butterflies all the time. And if that's all you portray and you don't show them your struggles, then they cannot relate to you. You have to stay relatable. Let's see. Yeah, they want to see the struggles. Do you notice that when you're posting, when you're struggling, you get more comments and likes on that post than when you post a victory? I notice that. If I post that I'm struggling about something, more people will comment and like that. than if I posted I had a victory. So they want to see, and the reason why they want to see that is because they put us on this little pedestal. Oh, you're a health and fitness coach, so you eat perfect. People say it to me all the time. Oh, do we only have to eat healthy food when we come to your barbecue? I'm like, no, I baked cookies, I baked brownies, there's chips and dip, there's moonshine, but they automatically assume, oh, you're a health and fitness coach, so everything about you is all health and fitness, and you don't eat bad. That might be for some, but not for others. So that's why I always share. If I'm having pizza, I'm going to share that I had that pizza. If I eat ice cream, same thing, I'm going to share that I had the ice cream, because I'm a human, I'm not a robot. I'm not super crazy about my nutrition. I do well. I say I'm about a 97, 98% eating well, because I still like to be bad. I mean, who doesn't like to be bad? So you just have to make sure you're authentic and you're true with that. I want to, before we get to our 30-minute mark, I just want to open it up if anybody had any questions on Facebook. And also, I want to make sure, seeing that we're talking about Facebook, we have our April new coach training, and it's not just for brand new coaches. I had posted it in our team page. It's also for seasoned coaches that might be starting to build their business. Maybe a coach that's coming back into the business and just wants to reboot and start over. It could be a seasoned coach that might be hitting Success Club all the time, but they just love to do these extra little trainings. So we just started in there. I'm running it with a couple other coaches. I'm running it with Jen Greenberg and Robin Lodal, and some of the other coaches from Fit Family are running it together. So if you guys want to be in there for the extra training, make sure you're in there. I'll share it again on our team page. I think I shared it to Nicole and April. We had like a conversation thread on that little Win the Week that I posted. So if you want the link to that group, it's in that comment thread of the Win the Week that I posted. So get in there. I mean, a little extra training can't hurt, because it's coming from other coaches. It's not just a training from me. So it's coming from Jen, from Robin, from people with different mindsets and different ways that they train their team also. So I think it'd be great to have some good representation from our team in there. And like I said, it's not just for new coaches. It's for everyone. It's open to everyone. Do we have any Facebook questions before our call is over?
I don't have a question, but more something to add.
Okay.
That I find that works for me on Facebook a lot is I tag my husband in like almost every post. I don't know if you guys recognize that. And I do that because I've found that the last couple of people that have reached out to me are friends of his and not even really friends of mine, but that still follow me. Like I've had, a couple of people reach out and say, hey, I'm Al's old friend from high school, or I know him from so-and-so, and I've been following you. So, if you're comfortable with tagging your spouse or significant other, I would recommend doing that. Just because it opens up your, market to people, or just opens up your following there. So I've had a lot of success with that.
I love that. And I remember you telling me that before. So I started tagging Alex in some of my stuff, like stuff that I want to make sure, gets seen by everyone. I was tagging him in some of it too, after you had told me you were doing that. And I find the same thing, that it just gives you some extra traffic on it. And then again, don't be afraid to reach out to the team also. Like if you did a post and you need help boosting it, put the link of the post in our team page and say, hey, if you guys can help me out and go like this post or comment and help me boost this post, that's what we're here for. We are a team. Yes, and I was just going to say that, Michelle, that's funny. Sometimes we tag each other, like when we're talking about having our success partners or, things like that, or when we talk about the team or like posting about the team call and things like that, we tag each other in it, which helps also. It helps because then more people comment. But don't be afraid to take the link of your post and put it in the team page and ask people to help you boost your post and ask them to help you give you a little love on there, so that way more people can see it, because there's nothing wrong with doing that also. I don't think there was anything else Facebook-wise that I wanted to say.
Yeah, and Facebook, there's like really no traction with hashtags, right?
No.
Like that's more an Instagram thing, not okay.
No, some people were using them. Every once in a while, I'll put have a hashtag in mine because I copied it from Instagram and the hashtag was in there and I forgot and I just left it. But there's really no hashtag traffic on Facebook. Yeah. That's more of an Instagram thing. But one thing that I have been doing that I want to share with you guys is I have been tagging different companies in my posts. Like I just got my first Lotus leggings. So when I wear them, I will tag the company in my post. And of course, it's a workout post because I will be wearing them for my workout. I tagged a company in one of my workout posts. I don't know if you guys remember, it was a while back. They were black pants, but they had a cell phone pocket on the side of them. And I showed my workout video, but then there was a picture of me pointing to the pocket because my cell phone was in the pocket. There have been 7,800 views on it because I tagged the company. And a lot of the comments are negative comments about the company, but I don't care. My video is being seen by all these people. So these people can be like, what's this girl doing? Let's go to her page and see what else she's doing. And then they start following you. So that's another thing too. I do that in my stories as well. Like if I'm wearing something from a specific place, I'll tag that place in the story because a lot of times they'll share it or it'll go on that place's story. So you could tag companies as well. So that's all I really had. But now that everyone's on here, I want to take a quick picture. So Christine, I need one more smile from you before you put those bands on your legs. So get in here and smile. Okay. So that way I could post and tag everybody. But the team call is a good way to do a business post because you talk about how we get together, we chat, we do trainings, we talk about things that we might be struggling with, whatever you want to verbalize on your post. But it's a great way to post about what this business is about, let people know that there is a community for them and they're not going to be stuck doing it by themselves. Because a lot of other MLMs, they get stuck on their own. And so it's nice for them to see that there is a community. But that's all I really had for you guys tonight with Facebook training. So if we don't have any other questions, I'm going to go watch Kayla hopefully score some goals like last game. Mm-hmm. Everyone's good? No other questions?
Nope.
All right, good. Thank you guys for hopping on. Love you guys. I'll see you later.